So I'm thinking I might do a Ozempic and make myself thin and beautiful. What do you think?
Well, people are becoming obsessed with that. Looking beautiful. Well, it's not new, is it, though? But it does seem like quite a good way.
It's just a lot easier than going on diets, because I've tried them and I don't have the willpower. But if I could take a pill and be thin, I mean, I'd...
Consider it.
Well, and it's become a lot more normal just in the last year. I mean, it used to be regarded as an odd thing to do, but now it's, all the famous people are doing it.
And it's all in search of beauty. So the question is, what is beauty?
Me as I am already.
Yes. Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You as you are, as you are.
Yeah.
And does it come from within?
When I saw we were going to talk about beauty, I was really thinking about looking at beautiful things like nature and mountains and happiness from that.
Yeah.
Not so much from looking at myself in the mirror after I've lost weight. And I know people are obsessed with looking good, aren't they? Women and men. And I think that's probably not a good route to go down if you want to be happier.
Well, there is an argument that you can't, you need to recognize beauty. You have to
be beautiful.
Yes, be beautiful, but recognize it within yourself.
Really?
You need to know what beauty is. And so you're possibly looking.
That's interesting.
You're looking in the wrong places if you don't feel beautiful. You're looking at other people and thinking they're beautiful, but actually feeling a bit jealous. But you can just be beautiful yourself.
I'm looking out through my eyes. I don't see myself really unless I look in the mirror. Some people have houses with no mirrors in at all, don't they? But I'm just thinking that for me, it's all about what I look out on and what I see. I mean, you have to look at me, unfortunately, but I'm the only person in the world who doesn't see myself. So I see you, and then I see all the garden and the sunset and all these things that are great to look at.
Yeah.
So, and I do think actually quite a lot of happiness comes from looking at beauty because we're animals and we're wired to appreciate the world around us.
Yeah.
Although actually I'm suddenly saying that, I'm wondering whether my dog appreciates beauty at all in the world.
The beauty of the bowl of food.
Yeah, I think she probably doesn't care about a nice view or a river or anything. So it's obviously it's a higher animal experience, isn't it? To appreciate. Why do we appreciate beauty? Because it's not really a survival element, is it?
No, but it is restorative. We're back to the old. It reminds you that the world is bigger than you.
Yes.
So when you're down and troubled, no, that's a different song. If you go out and look at the garden, or that's all carrying on without you, all those things, the trees are changing, they're looking beautiful, and they don't need to look beautiful. It's almost like they've done it just for you. They don't need to do that.
When I walk the dog at night, sometimes if it's the middle of the winter, I take a torch with me and we just go for a very quick last walk before bedtime sort of thing. And sometimes my torch will suddenly pick out a magnificent tree that's just standing there in the dark all night.
Yes, it's there all the
time.
And
I sort of think, they're doing it even at night. Even when there's nobody to look at them, they're still there. And that's kind of rather weird, isn't it? But they're certainly, you don't need observers. The trees, I know you need somebody to hear it fall or whatever, but they're just, they don't need observers. They're just there doing it, as you say. And I think it's very restorative to look at. In fact, Anthony Seldon, who I do really admire, is a hell of a guy. He says ideally you'd live somewhere near water. Either the sea or a river or a lake, because there's nothing quite like looking at water. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the symmetry of the reflections or the fact that it usually means you can see for quite a distance. Yeah. So maybe the focus of your eyes can relax when you look at a view. But he says it's not just a view, it's a view with water. That's what he thinks. And I don't think he's right about that.
Okay, it's changing all the time. It's moving slightly.
And, we can't afford to have a big house overlooking the beach, of course.
No.
But you can at least go down to the beach or to a lake or somewhere and have a look at the water or walk round a pond in your lunch hour or whatever. And top yourself up with a bit of nature's beauty.
Yeah, and of course beauty is more than just sight. So water's a good example because there's the beauty of sound and smell and taste and everything else.
I really I love it when the sunlight is on a lake that's got a few ripples from the wind.
Right.
And if you look at it through binoculars, it looks fantastic
Yeah.
through binoculars. Everything looks better through binoculars. And I think there's something about the light. They suck in a bit more light than your eyes would normally see.
Yeah.
So I'd say to anybody, if you want to see a world that's even more beautiful, just have a look through binoculars at trees or hills or water.
Yeah. Do you remember when we did in the summer? I went swimming a couple of times at full moon, swimming in the sea.
Right.
And when the full moon is up and reflecting on the water, it
Yes.
just is amazing. There's this great long line of
Yeah, you don't just
it's
get a circle
directly from the moon. No,
So why isn't the reflection of the moon just a circle? But it's obviously the waves or something. But it is a big long line that comes towards you, isn't it? And it
Yeah.
looks amazing.
And there's another bit of beauty in science and maths and things. Albert Einstein
maths and
likes
stuff.
his theories to be small and beautiful.
Oh yeah, maths is incredibly beautiful. Number theory and things are really beautiful.
Yeah.
So there is beauty all around us, definitely. Trees and water are probably the two biggest ones. Children, our kids, our grandchildren.
Yeah, well, I think there's
they are born perfect, aren't they? And then they're gradually ruined by the world. But when they're sort of 1 or 2, their eyes are so bright,
yeah,
aren't they? And they are so perfect, aren't they? They're,
absolutely, absolutely.
So there's beauty in people as well.
So you don't think you can find beauty in everything? Then you don't think that something broken down. I was thinking about I've got a neck scarf that belonged to my mother. It's silk, but it is falling apart. All the seams are coming, but when I put it on, it just gives me a warmth that I think is from my mother, and I think it's beautiful, even though it's not.
Well,
really
the Japanese
even
have
worth
those
giving
broken
away.
pots, which
They do.
are joined up with is it molten gold they use to braise it together, so you can see all the break lines, and those are more beautiful than the pot was before it was broken.
Yeah.
So I think you probably can see beauty in anything. I mean, I'm thinking architecture is something that I love.
Right.
Even if you just look at the buildings above the shops,
Yeah.
they're really old, interesting things. And I think some buildings are really, really beautiful, and you can get happiness from just looking at them.
Yeah.
But of course, modern architecture, some people think it's rubbish. And art is another. I love modern art. And I think, looking at art is a definite source of happiness.
Yeah.
But it is a matter of opinion. I mean, some people can't stand modern art. It
But
makes them
is
angry,
it?
even.
I know, but is
I think
I
it
know,
can
but
be really
that's
beautiful.
That's just people being bad-tempered. I mean, I like the idea that when you look at a piece of art, you don't know what the artist intended.
Yes.
So when you're thinking, oh, well, that line's not very straight, or I don't think those colours go together very well, what was in their head when they did it? It might be something much more beautiful than you realise.
Is it Rothko who did those? Like, it's a big, very big square, and underneath it, it's a rectangle, long rectangle of two different colours.
Yeah.
And I think he was suicidal when he made them.
You're ruining my theory now.
But looking at those Rothkos, they do make me happy because they are just beautiful.
Yeah.
They're fantastic, even though they're just two colours of rectangles.
Okay. No, it's true. And then there's things like Turner, which is absolutely the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And so it's all beautiful. And
and I think an easy way that you can harvest more happiness out of every day is to try and see something beautiful every day. Go to an art gallery maybe, or just wander around, look at some buildings, or even just have a look through a book of architecture or art or whatever.
Yeah.
Or obviously go and look at the sea or a lake or trees.
But appreciate the beauty that's around you in things that people do. I wanted to mention something as beautiful is we've been in Guernsey over Christmas time, and they have this tractor parade.
Oh, yes,
where they
the tractor
all
run.
put fairy lights and things and dress up as Father Christmas and sit on these tractors and drive them around the island. And it is amazing.
Were
It's so
I
beautiful.
think it was 400 tractors. There can't be that many tractors in Guernsey, can there?
Maybe it was.
But 400 tractors. It took 8 minutes for them all to drive past, and they all had antlers and Father Christmas driving them, and they fantastic.
They were. But part of the beauty of it for me, and Louise says to me, you can't watch it without crying, because people had done that. They'd all made the effort to get their tractors out, to be there, to be dressed up, to arrange it and organise it and close off the roads and everything.
Really? Because it's pointless. They don't get paid for it. It doesn't make any difference. But it's just a brilliant thing that they do.
It is. And it's beauty in the actions and of seeing them and being there and everybody turning out to look at it. So
the tractors were almost like little animals. It's like a parade of little elephants or something, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
it is the most brilliant thing. Yeah, yeah. In fact... Yeah, one of your definitions of beauty is things that make you cry when you look at them.
Yes.
But I don't know about that.
But you see, that comes out in films, doesn't it? Those, beautiful films that are sad, but they're also...
Yes.
There's a book that's just been made into a film recently called Hamnet, which is about Shakespeare. And that is a book that just made me sob uncontrollably. But that is, it was beautiful. Yeah. I cried because the language was so beautiful.
But it's sort of tears of happiness, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, it's an emotion, isn't it? Yeah. It's, didn't make me unhappy in the end. Just is sharing an emotion with somebody else.
And I think another way you can pull more beauty out of things is not just looking through binoculars, but which is an odd habit.
It sounds odder than it probably
I was only looking because it made everything look more beautiful. But also I think photography is another way to really appreciate things. So if you take a decent camera, or probably even your phone actually, say on your walk around the woods, and think I'm going to get some photographs of trees or close-ups of leaves, then it makes you really look at the beauty of things. Because you went on that photography course years ago. Do you remember? And you had to photograph things like the close-up of the yellow lines painted on the side of the road. And everything is beautiful when you look at it closely and take a photo of it.
It's all been made by somebody. It's all... you can. That's what you've got to do, is look for beauty in everything. My friend here, Maria, who wrote this book that we talked about before.
That is a brilliant book, isn't it?
All about
Maria
beauty.
Theroux, she's called.
But she recommends keep a list and label it, and she calls hers the beauty well, which I think is really good. So she just keeps a list of things that she's seen. I don't know, like a hummingbird or the lines on the road or the fact or the tractors. The beauty well. It
just goes down into the earth.
Yeah, but then you can go back to it and look at it when you feel. She's talking about using beauty to be restorative.
Yeah.
To be a reason to get up in the morning.
We walked around the posh part of Bournemouth just after Christmas. It was a really nice sunny day and we went for a little walk.
Right.
And I decided to photograph some of the houses because there's some really nice houses in that area. And rather than just looking at them go, oh, that's a nice one, I tried to get a really good picture of the ones I really liked. And that did make me really think about each house and what it was that I liked about them. It made me savour them slightly more. One person came out of their house. I think they didn't like me photographing it. I quickly scurried on. But I was only, if they'd said, why are you photographing my house? I don't know what I would have said, actually, just because I like it.
Yeah, because it's beautiful.
It wasn't that I wanted to own it. I was happy just to look at it from the other side of its fence. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I've got that collection of about 20 photos I took, which I could look through. I don't know whether I'll ever look at them because with phones you take so many, but I might just flick through those 20, perhaps look at them big on my computer, and just because it's just that then you get a second chance to savour the beauty of those houses and the beauty of the sunlight coming through onto them and things. So I think it's really good to savour things if you can, rather than just do the walk, get it over with, get past the houses. So I think savouring is part of it, isn't it? And going on a walk, it's not just stamping around 2 miles as quick as you can. It's to do with trying to savour it as you go, which I'm not very good at, I must admit.
No.
But I'm working on that. And when I do it, and photographing it gives me a feeling of purpose, which fools my stupid brain into making me take a bit longer and gets me to actually savour it. So it's a trick that works, I find.
And it's good to think of things as beautiful.
Yes.
It makes you again, thinking of things that are more than just you. You know,
Yeah.
the tree is there all the time, just waiting for you to look at it, to notice it.
It is weird though, isn't it? Why do we find a tree beautiful? There's obviously something within us because we're part of nature, really. We're still animals, even though we drive around in cars and live in houses and stuff. We're still part of nature, aren't we?
Yeah.
And so we're drawn to it. And we've got more and more detached from it in our world of digital stuff and phones and cities and everything. There are kids who've never seen a cow, aren't there, apparently?
But especially the beauty of nature, because it goes on without us. And in such a gorgeous way. Do you remember all those when all the weeds come up and they all just come out perfectly to get the maximum amount of light from their leaves?
Yes.
When they come up through the ground.
Yes.
In the spring.
Yes, a small horse chestnut tree.
Yeah.
When it's only got there's 2 and then another 2 and then another 2. So when it's got about 6 leaves, if you photograph it from above, it's a really beautiful pattern.
Yeah.
And all the leaves from above, they all fit together to completely cover the circular area of light that's coming down on that tree. So it is actually harvesting its maximum amount of light from these weird shaped leaves that all just fit together.
I know. So that's beautiful in so many different ways.
Yeah.
The maths of it.
Yeah.
The theory of how it happens.
Fibonacci
why it happens.
numbers. Isn't it?
It's all just... So there's beauty in everything and we can get...
harvest as much as we can.
Yeah, and we do.
And that's an easy thing that people can do, and it's free as well.
Well, it's
even.
nice to hear that you harvest some happiness from just walking, Ava, out in the cold and dark. And so
I quite often listen to podcasts, but sometimes I don't. And when I don't, it does mean that I appreciate my surroundings more. So it's a bit of a choice of whether I go for the podcast or for the
beauty.
For the beauty, yes.
So it's a good source of happiness. We both agree.
What's your biggest source of harvesting happiness from beauty on a typical day, apart from obviously looking at me?
Well, it's quite a cliche to say it, but I just think people are so beautiful.
People?
Yeah, so kind. All the kindness that you get and all the people who are going out and doing things. You know, the postman is walking through the rain. And
the beauty of the postman. I have to keep an eye on him. What about the dog, though? Do you not look at the dog and think, oh, such a beautiful face, that furry face, those ears, and etc.?
Yes, I do. Well, you just have to look at everything. I think you have to look at everything as beautiful.
But you think the postman's more beautiful than the dog?
No, it's just the fact that there's always people doing lovely things for others, and that is what makes the society work. That's what makes everything beautiful.
Yes.
I think people.
Which takes us nicely on to Happyish, something that's made you happy this week. And something that I found a bit ish.
Okay.
So who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I get happiness from looking for things that are heart-shaped.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I like to pick up pebbles on the beach that I've got that are heart-shaped. In fact, every coat I've got has got a pocket full of pebbles. And just things that you'll see a leaf or anything, a stone in a bit of paving, or there's always little heart shapes everywhere, just to remind me of love. And I've got a little thing, it's become a thing between me and Cleo, my granddaughter, and so she started sending me pictures or giving me things that have got hearts on. I know you like hearts, Grandma. So
if you were going to get a tattoo, because you haven't got any, it would be a heart.
I think it would be a heart,
I think, wouldn't it?
So that just gives me a lot, I enjoy. And yesterday I opened something from the postman, actually. That always the letters come with elastic bands on when you've got a bit of a pile of letters. And it dropped on the floor and it landed in a heart shape.
Did you take a photo of it?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I didn't. I thought it was quite cute. So that sort of thing just
That's the postman
makes me
sending you a
smile.
letter,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it? I'm going to watch him.
A lovely postman.
Yeah, the dog doesn't like him.
Although you say that, she barks at him like goodness knows what out of the window when he comes past. But a couple of days ago, we were out there and she came out.
When he was there.
She just was like, oh, how nice are you? She was kind of as nice as anything.
Quiet as
wasn't she?
anything,
Yeah.
yes. It's all the snarling through the window is forgotten, isn't it? She's a coward. Well, my ish, it pales into insignificance compared to your...
Good, that's the plan.
Beauty of the world and all the heart-shaped things. It annoys me when a car is coming out of a side road and you have to start to walk round behind it and then it pulls away just when you're right behind it. and you think, well, I could have just gone straight on. I wouldn't have had to walk behind it. But the question is, do you wait? Because if you wait, it takes ages to pull out. But if you start to go behind it, then it always pulls away. And that irritates me.
It's you trying to control the world, as always.
So things that annoy me, number 71. Walking behind a car that's pulling out of a side road.
List of things that annoy you?
Yes, I can tick that one off now. I've told you about that one.
So we've got to have quite a few more episodes, everybody.
Yeah.
Chris is already well ahead.
Next week, I might tell you about slow walkers who get in the way on the pavement and they weave, so you can't easily get past them. So, no, I've done that one now. I'll have to cross that one off. But I have got a big long list of things that annoy me here.
I know.
But I enjoy being annoyed by things, so I think it's okay.
So part of your beauty thing is being
yes, the beauty of
the
a car
beauty
pulling
of
out
being
from
annoyed by something.
Yeah, I think it's probably just a way of observing the world more closely, actually.
Yeah, and it maybe
and thinking about stuff.
If you think of it as something beautiful, then it maybe de-escalates it from being too annoying.
I don't know.
Fingers
Somebody who's
crossed.
walking slowly in front of me on the pavement, if I could think of them as beautiful, difficult to do.
You should give it a try.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, we need
Loving
to look at
kindness.
I think we need to look in the vase of wisdom now. I think it's a quote. And grab your glasses.
Put my glasses on. Well, this is interesting.
Ooh.
Never feel guilty for doing what's best for you. By Dushant Isankar.
Dushant Isankar. You don't know him?
No, do you?
No, never heard of him. But that's an interesting.
Always fool me on that. I always think.
Never feel guilty for doing what's best for you.
Okay.
That's interesting. Because obviously you should do what's best for everyone, but you have to look after yourself as well, don't you?
I know.
And if you look after yourself, you can then help other people. It's like put the oxygen on your face first, so you can then save your children in the plane crash.
Yes, that's not something that comes naturally to me.
And
I would
you have to
say.
be happy before you can make other people happy.
Yes, I would agree with that as well.
So I think
and
that's
you have to
actually a
know
good
beauty
quote.
in order to recognise beauty,
Yeah.
as we've just said.
I know you
So-
feel guilty about lots of things, but I don't think you feel guilty about doing what's best for you, do you? I mean, something like going to do exercise or yoga in the gym or something. Do you feel guilty that you're privileged and you're just swanning around doing yoga while
No,
everyone
but
else?
I do feel.
I'm hoping you don't.
Yeah, but I do feel guilty if I'm doing that when somebody has asked me to, I don't know.
Clean out their shed.
Yeah, no, or babysit or something, or ask me to do something, and I go, oh no, I can't do that because I'm playing tennis. I mean, then I feel guilty. But even though the tennis is what's best for me, and I already had it booked, and blah blah. So,
Yes.
So I think that's a good one to have.
Yeah. Never feel guilty for doing what's best for you.
And could really increase your happiness.
But if you were doing something that was just really selfish, then you probably should feel a bit guilty about that. And if doing what's best for you, it costs other people.
Yeah.
You know, if I was, I don't know, breaking into all the cars in the road outside and stealing all their stuff,
Right.
because that was best for me, then I probably should feel guilty about that.
Okay.
But we're not talking about that, are we? We're talking about
No,
doing
we're
things
talking
that are
about
good for
good
us that don't really make any difference to anybody else. No. Like you playing tennis, it doesn't do any harm to anyone else at all.
No.
In fact, it makes your tennis playing colleagues happy as well, probably.
Yeah.
To beat you every
good.
time at tennis.
So I think that's a good bit of advice for happiness, for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's
Well
do
done,
that.
Dushant Isankar,
Yeah.
my friend over there in India.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you
Excellent.
very much, everybody.
So there we are. Harvest more beauty. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, appreciate the beauty in everything. It's everywhere.
Yes.
It's eternal. It's all around us,
It is.
in my opinion.
Right. Well, what
Brilliant.
are we going to talk about next week?
I don't
We
know.
don't know.
We'll think of something.
But we will see you in a week when we will talk about something else to do with happiness.
Okay.
Bye for now,
Enjoy.
everybody.
Bye.